I won't try to get too deep, but I'm just saying, if I really think about it now, if I had to think about it, what's my biggest villain is the colonizers, the people that's online like that, the people that have the power to destroy your dreams, take your future away. Them are my biggest villains.
Welcome to another dope episode of Under Something. I'm your host with the most trapper, Bill Bitch.
JD.
And like always, we came to get you real. We the Up to Something crew. It's a special, before you get to it, we got a special guest. As everybody knows, it's Halloween, Spooktacular. You know what I'm saying? And as always, Ralph, what we like to do?
Hey, as we always do, we got to shout out our engineer, Pablo,
Motherfucking Pablo.
a.k.a. Trap.Cheesy,
the terror of the motherfucking streets.
a.k.a.
I didn't know this nigga had all these names.
You get from a new one every week.
All right. Trapped Out Cheesy. I gotta learn these. Listen, Trapped Out Cheesy. Pablo.
Supreme Being. Pound by pound, Pablo.
I can't give him Supreme Being.
Went too far. You know, well, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. And man, as everybody knows, we're doing it on Halloween, Spooktacular. We got a very, very, very special guest for us today, man. A dope person, a person I don't know for most of our whole life, if not our whole life, I guess.
I feel like since day one.
Day one, JD.
What's up, guys? You know, I got my Ursula rocking out. Had to dress up. You do things for your kids. You know, my daughter was Ariel. I had to be Ursula.
That's right. That's dope.
Exactly. So JD, as we always do when new people come on, we want you to give a little introduction about yourself. Let us know, let the people know all the creative things you have.
All right. Well, like you said, I'm JD. That's the writer name I go by. I do write stories, short stories, poems, shows, movies. I'm actually in the process of writing a movie. It is go with the theme of Halloween because it is a brand new Dracula movie. It is very sexy. It is very horrifying. It is very gory. Everything that you want in your horror movie. So be looking out for that. I will be start posting things on my Facebook page. It will come out under Creative Writings with JD. So check it out.
And when the movie start popping, you know who's gonna be the lead role sexual chocolate. I ain't even gotta ask. I know she's gonna throw me on there. You feel me?
He's gonna be the comedy relief.
But you know what's crazy is we, and since it's the theme of Halloween, we had came up with a remake on Freddy Krueger.
Yes, that's something we're actually writing together. We just gotta find time to knock it out. But it's gonna be like an origin story for Freddy Krueger. And you know what? This dude was actually the mastermind behind it. He brought it to me. He was like, "Man, we should recreate this," because everybody doing these origin stories about Halloween, but nobody's giving Freddy Krueger his props and how he got there. His dude, you know, he was one of the original badass guys.
He was.
So that's what we working on as well.
Exactly. He was definitely one of the top.
He was one of the top. Listen, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
That was out there with Halloween, with Jason, and I feel like nobody really gave him his props like he needed to. So we try to work that out for you, Freddie, just for you. Stay out of the drinks.
And cuz who you came in as, Will?
I'm purging tonight, man.
He purging.
You know, I'm gonna be purging tonight, and my first stop will be the bank.
Yeah.
See, that was what killed me in the Purge movie. Everybody running around trying to kill people. Like, who was decided to rob the banks? Every law. The crazy part about Purge, it focused on killing people, but all illegal activities was legal for that 24-hour period. Mm-hmm. My first stop would have been every bank. Man, killing people, let's get this money.
I'm definitely purging the house of the people that
I'm purging the rich people houses. I'm purging the rich people houses. Nobody want to be out there just killing and robbing. Killing and raping people. I'm trying to get up this bank during this 24-hour period. I was like, they need to make a realistic purge.
Definitely, a realistic purge. I agree. I definitely agree. But, you know, it's good to dress up, though. It's good to do. Yeah.
I love Halloween.
But, JD, as we always do, we like to ask new guests to give us our rapid fire questions. Okay. So, of course, you don't get to slide without getting these rapid fire.
All right, I'll do my best.
You know, she tried to cheat and get some extra.
I did.
But I wouldn't allow her because I wanted her to be straight off your dome. So we're gonna start off. It's gonna be 5 rapid questions. You know the rules. You know, quick answer, but you know, some of these are personality questions, so they're deep thought. You know, but we're trying to keep it going. So you know. The first question is, what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear.
Good question.
My biggest fear is something happening to my child. Because that's already happened to me.
Shout out to Lil Willow. She dressed
Willow
up as
Willow, what up,
Yes.
for
My
Christmas.
little baby, my little princess, my little cheerleader,
Yeah.
gymnastics,
She got
and
to go big
everything.
for her
She
Halloween.
keep me busy and running. I'm
That's
tired, y'all. Pray for sticking with us. We out here tired.
Yeah.
Especially the ones with daughters. We are not okay.
Not okay. Yeah, not
We
okay.
are not
And the
okay.
uncles are not okay. Like, the uncles
Listen.
are- we out here struggling.
This one right here is my support system right now,
Yes,
too.
man.
I'd really be struggling out here if it wasn't for him.
We do it.
He
for
been
the
picking
love.
up the slack for years.
Yeah, man. You know, it's like she minds. That would be a biggest fear though. For
Yeah.
any parent,
Yeah.
something happening to their
Yeah.
children.
And
You know,
for-
that's a-
And then for me, it's like a paralyzing fear because I've
Yeah.
already gone through it,
yeah,
and I don't think I could survive going through that again.
you definitely have went through it.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that Willow was a twin.
Yeah. My baby
So-
was a twin.
Yeah, she lost her brother at a very
Yes,
young
my
age.
baby Makai. See you in heaven, baby.
Yes. Okay. Very much so. I feel you, man. All right. Second question, since that was very good. What is your favorite movie all time? And I love this because your catalog
But
of
the
movies
thing
is
of
so.
it is categories. I can't
Exactly.
give you an all-time favorite. I can give you an all-time favorite for each category because I am a movie fanatic. When I say fanatic, guys, like diehard movie fan. And it is like, I mean, I have a favorite for Disney movies. I have a favorite for kids movies in general. I have a favorite for horror, thriller, romance,
Well, let's-
comedy.
Let's just stick on. If you had to choose one that you could go to out of all genres, a go-to.
You know what? I'll give you a movie, and it's one of my favorite of all time. And I'm gonna go to this because no matter how many times I've seen this shit, I still laugh the entire movie. And that is with my nigga Martin Lawrence. Nothing to lose.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't kill me, Freaky Jason. That's my shit.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I watch that movie, I die laughing the
That is
entire
right.
movie.
My favorite movies too by
Listen,
him.
the entire
Especially
movie.
by him. That's one of my
Yeah.
favorite movies by him.
Yeah,
Him and Tim Robbins. They did
I
that shit
can't.
on
He killed that.
They definitely did, bro.
Listen.
They definitely did. I agree. That was a good one.
That was a good.
That's a
movie.
throwback movie too.
That's a throwback.
Not
But
even
it
now
don't-
people won't
even
know
now,
about
2019, I'm gonna watch that right now. I'm gonna be dying laughing.
He definitely. That's definitely good. Okay. What is your favorite holiday?
Christmas and Halloween.
You're a holiday. You're a holiday people. People
I
don't
am
know
a
you're a holiday person.
I am a holiday person. I get excited.
About all holidays.
Once September is over, I'm excited for the rest of the year. I love holidays. I love Halloween. Me and my daughter usually always match costumes. We watch our movies. You know, I listen to all the Halloween music. I'm a big horror fan anyway, so I just love Halloween. And then I love Christmas too. Like I'm a diehard Christmas fan. Like the day that I buy a house, you're gonna know the house is mine because it's gonna look like Christmas threw up on it.
Mm.
It's gonna be so decked out. I'm such a big Christmas fanatic. It's crazy.
And I saw you post something earlier on social media about how you was like, "Oh, it's Halloween," then you skip right over Thanksgiving and say,
Right, I don't like
Christmas music coming."
Yeah. But see, that made me a little bit upset too because, like I said, y'all just gonna skip over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's all right. More dressing for me.
Yeah. You're definitely a holiday person.
I am a holiday person. I feel like that is the happiest time of the year for me.
For holidays. I agree. Another one. What are let's see, I don't do that. Alright. I ain't gonna do that one because we did this one on the last one. I wanna switch up the word. Switch up. One thing that you'll never do again.
That's it. One thing that I never do.
By the way, I don't think it's. It just said one thing that you'll never do again. But I think that's the question. So yeah. One thing that you would never do again.
One thing that I would
Because
never.
you know we have a tendency to make mistakes on a lot of things and repeat it, but one thing that you know that you would never do again is this one thing.
Life lesson.
Yeah.
Life lesson. One thing I will never do again is, how do I phrase this? Because I gotta phrase it the right way. Because it's dealing with my child, but it's dealing with the situation and how she came about. One thing I would never do again is settle with being with somebody just because I don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good
It
one.
came through because I got my daughter out of that situation. But in all honesty, there was no real deep feelings that were
Yeah, it was
portrayed. It was just like going through the motions because I didn't want to be alone.
I feel you. I was in that spot with my baby moments too. So I definitely can feel you on that one.
Right. Because I tell people to this day, I've honestly never been in love. I pretended to be, but I've never been in love.
Yeah, I feel you.
I think a lot of people have never been in love.
Yeah,
Exactly.
not real. Not
I don't think
You're not alone.
I don't think
real
people really
deal.
know what love is either.
I feel like the only people who've been in love is once you feel it, because I don't think you know it until you've actually been in
You
love.
don't really know what it is.
I think a lot of people out here just want the emotions.
overwhelming feeling.
It is an because like if you can understand love for your child, like how that's overwhelming, if that's what real love is, I've never felt that in a relationship.
I feel you.
You know
I'm definitely with you.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with you.
And I
But I
don't
would,
think there's
like,
a lot of people out here just
Lose my
want the
life and
emotions.
die for this person.
Right. It's not.
I haven't found
Yeah.
that person like that.
I like a lot of people. I've been in
Definitely.
lust.
I've been lusting for a while,
I've been lusting for a while.
but I definitely ain't loved nobody
Never.
to more than myself.
I've really liked some people.
But I think that's what love is, when you can love somebody more than yourself.
When you
can
can
give
love
somebody more
somebody
than yourself. That's
more
like with
than
your
yourself.
kids. You can love them more than yourself.
Right, when you want more for them than you want for yourself. Like I tell my daughter all the time, I want better for you than I had myself.
Exactly, I figure. For the last question, I'm going to ask you because you're very knowledgeable in this too, and I just want to think of your mind. What if you could be a superhero? What powers would you have?
Oh boy, can I have more than one?
You can have more than one, but what would be your first go-to one? If you can have other power, but what's the first one that if somebody say you could choose whatever power to have first, what would it be?
The first one would be telekinesis.
Oh,
But let me describe the mashup, because I am a Marvel fanatic.
mm-hmm.
Okay, diehard Marvel fan.
Mhm.
I like some DC, but I'm a bigger Marvel person. And the perfect combination would be Dark Phoenix, Magneto, and Wolverine from X-Men. No other people, just them three combined makes the ultimate superhero. Nobody will stop me. It will be over. Whatever I wanted to be, whether I wanted to be a villain or a superhero.
It definitely
It's
sounds
over.
like you thought this out.
It's over.
Exactly. That doesn't sound like some powers that you really want to have.
Dark Phoenix telekinesis powers, and at the end of the day, no matter how much I dislike Dark Phoenix, her powers are unstoppable.
Yeah,
She is the ultimate G.
Yeah, she is one of those unstoppable creatures.
She is one of them unstoppable creatures. Then you combine that with Magneto's, because people don't realize how powerful Magneto is.
Definitely is.
They don't understand how powerful that dude is.
Definitely is.
And then you take Wolverine, just his healing abilities alone.
And his healing, and then his natural instincts.
His natural instincts.
He has
the
ultimate heightened instincts. And,
the ultimate creature.
Like he doesn't age.
Yeah, he's the ultimate creature.
Yeah.
So I am unstoppable.
And you got
I control everything, including metal, and I can't die.
Yeah. And you got indestructible bones.
Yeah.
Healing, rapid healing.
Nobody will be messing with it, man.
That'd definitely be some.
That's it.
I think the only part you have to deal with is the constant pain of your blades coming out.
That would be.
That's the.
But I feel like telekinesis, I just trick my mind out of it.
Or you could.
Yeah.
You could do that with that power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a loophole.
And because you're Magneto, and it's been proven that Magneto controls the anti-venom in his body, so you can
Exactly.
kind of control the metal that's in your body.
People don't give Magneto enough respect.
So, I definitely feel you.
Yeah.
I would like to say that this has been one of our better introductions. We definitely did real fucking
Alright,
good.
now you introduce. Let me take this shit off.
There
I can't drink my
he
beer.
is.
I can't drink my beer with this shit on.
There's Bills.
I'm back.
All right. First thing on topic is we want to send our prayers and our love out to Pops. You know,
Listen.
one legend,
Real legend.
in our community,
A real goat.
in the black community,
Yeah.
a legend and just entertainment and just a
Man,
great person, man. Movies that suspend time, bro.
my whole heart was broke, guys. I found out at work.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I found out at work. It was like, no,
Yeah.
Pops.
It
We
kinda-
need him.
Yeah, man.
That's a legend.
It
right
kind
there,
of came up out of nowhere too, like it always does. With
It
black
does.
You know what I mean? He was 77 years
Yeah,
old.
he
He
was
lived
just
his
old.
life, man. He
But
lived his
like,
life.
you know, like even him being 77 years old, man, like you basically, I know it feel like you seen him your whole
Oh,
life.
like exactly.
You know what I mean?
It felt like he was my pops too, man. He grew up with him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Facts,
So
man.
that shows you how much of a
Big shout out to John Witherspoon, man.
Yes,
I love
man.
And his family, man.
Rest
you know,
in peace,
What's
man.
up, man?
Prayers
prayers
to your
out to him,
family.
man.
Condolences,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Because he did a lot for everybody.
Yeah, he did.
And then I like to, one thing I do, I love to see that all the love that us as black people get in our time. You know what I'm saying? They always show big love. You know?
I mean, we blow up social media, man.
For that
show
shit,
our
bro.
flaws,
I
man.
always fuck with that. Man.
You
When
do
they
that,
show
man.
love for us, 'cause if we don't remember our legends, they ain't gonna remember. For sure.
Right.
So,
We gotta remember our
gotta
legends,
remember.
man, because we got them, man. A lot of people don't realize how many legends we got in the game.
but we got them,
We
bro.
got them.
Doing big things. So shout out to him. I'm gonna drink for that.
Yes.
I'm doing too.
You know, not to go too far away from black, but you know, just on the entertainment section, Kanye West, you know, been the talk of entertainment for the last couple of years, but especially recently years because he has been transitioning over to Christian music, and he started the whole church on Sunday and you know Sunday service thing, and now he's dropped an album.
Man, like we gotta definitely say in recent, like it kind of started because like we love Kanye until he started doing the Trump stuff.
Yeah,
You know, when he put on the hat and you know what I mean, he started supporting Trump and going to the White House and trying to shake hands with Trump, and Trump denied his handshake.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Kanye has been kind of embarrassing in that, and but
I mean, we want to get real. Kanye's been embarrassing for some years. He's done some things that we're not proud of. We've loved him for years, but there's been some moments where we're like, Kanye, just be quiet sometimes. But he really is. In the past couple years, he just been out there, man. Even with the little Twitter battle he was having with Drake, that was crazy. And then when he went on, was that Breakfast Club? When he was going off on, not Breakfast Club,
No,
Sway.
He was on
Going
Sway.
off on Sway
Yeah.
in a little interview, like he been
Yeah.
tripping.
Yeah.
He been tripping lately. And I mean, this whole new church thing, I just feel like that's another angle of his craziness.
You
You
think
know,
it's
he
a publicity
he
stunt?
making his money off of it.
Yeah, just to get money.
I feel like nobody is just that crazy. I feel like a lot of the stunts he pulls is publicity stunts. Man. He just out here
It's
doing
calculated.
stuff. It's calculated. Because I would not say the man ain't smart.
But if they say he has proven that he's
Very
I
intelligent.
mean, he a genius.
Very intelligent.
You know, he a music
You know, I can't
genius.
take nothing away from him when it comes to that. So anything that come out now, I'm like, this ain't a mistake.
Yeah.
This is all calculated and planned and thought out.
With me,
He want us to think he's crazy.
with Kanye, that's why I feel like Kanye is not with like he can use the front of craziness for people, but to me, I feel like this is just Kanye. There's nothing crazy about what Kanye is doing. This is typical, but that's a good way to
It works for him because he gets more attention for it.
exactly. That's a good way to keep yourself because
Mhm.
make people think that you're crazy, and you don't say that you're not crazy. You don't really tell people exactly what you're thinking, so people always got to guess and kind of think about what you say. But then when you come out and do interviews, you give broken truths and half truths and questions. You know what I'm saying? Like he just really some. And I'm not saying that he's not a deep thinker, but even with deep thinkers, they kind of know what's going on in themselves. But with Kanye, it's always kind of like randomly he does it. He don't even know. It's kind of like I just woke up today and you know how you just want Cheerios? I don't know. I said fuck Cheerios today. We're gonna do pancakes. Like that's the kind of thing he'll try to make you like, okay, right here, you just had a taste of pancakes, but that doesn't mean that you're crazy. Like he try to make things to me that's not crazy.
Right. I feel like he milks it because
But he's
like
not
they say, there's no such thing as bad publicity. So when he getting attention for it,
exactly.
just like I said, even when the whole Twitter thing broke out and it went into people are shaming mental health, and I'm like, you're just playing. No, we know you're not really crazy, Kanye. You're just playing into this thing.
Yeah.
We know how intelligent you are. You are a musical genius. You're also a business mastermind, and I feel like there's nothing out there that you're doing that's not calculated and planned.
Yeah.
I definitely like shit. I got I guess a couple of points on the Kanye thing. I mean, like, I definitely think Kanye knows everything he's doing, but I definitely feel that when Kanye mom's passed, you know what I mean? Like he kind of went off the deep end, man. Like I kind of feel like Kanye's mother was the one that anchored him and anchored him in life.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? So like when she left, he was able to be influenced by a lot of stuff.
Right, I can see
Definitely.
that.
Hollywood is its own drug.
It
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah. So, but
You can
definitely.
get lost in it.
So saying that, I said that to say that I don't think that he's you know, like acting crazy.
Yeah, I don't think.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I definitely think he's influencing certain things, and like he just doesn't know what to do because he don't have his rock and his anchor around him. You know what I mean?
That could definitely be it, man. 'Cause
And then the people that's coming around him, you know, are only there to use him.
definitely.
You know what I mean? So you know that could kind of drive me crazy. And having money and all like when money comes, more problems than not. You know what I mean? So you know, I'll say that, and saying that, I definitely think that he knows what he's doing with this. Definitely, I'll say definitely with this new gospel album he got going on.
Mhm.
You know, I feel like just one of the things that I feel is I think he's trying to erase, you know what I mean, this Trump stuff, and basically people feeling like he's turned his back
Mhm.
on the black community. They want the old Kanye back and all of that whole thing.
Well, you know what? Yeah, because what I will say is that he has touched on religion in his music.
Jesus walks.
You know,
So, you know what I mean?
he's put stuff out that was religiously inclined.
Yeah.
So I will give him that.
Yeah. But you know, like, but I definitely think like he's like one thing that you're gonna do with black people once you bring religion into it, like it's such a powerful thing. It's something that's like been put in our DNA. You know what I mean? So like that'll definitely take our attention off of
That's why I say it's a business move. Because I mean, R. Kelly did it.
Yeah.
It's a couple people actually.
But that's what I was just about to point to. Like,
And
he's not the first person.
Not only that, like I don't know how to say it. Like I want to say that being a Christian, you know, you like that's big business, man. A lot of it's a big industry.
It's definitely
Religion, exactly. Religion is a big industry.
It's definitely a big industry, bro.
It's
There's money to be made in that.
It's lucrative.
There's people living wonderful, pastors living wonderful in that industry.
You know, we got to pass by mad because they can't buy a jet, man.
Yeah.
So your best life.
And why
Not
not?
in mansions.
We got pastors eating with John in the back of cars getting recorded. You know what I mean?
I just feel like
What was his name, cuz? Pastor what? Willie? Yeah, man.
Pastor something. Yeah.
It's a lot.
They know. Y'all know
It's
that.
a lot of them.
Y'all know that.
Creflo Dollar.
He was out there tricking and treating. He was
Listen,
definitely out there tricking and treating. Y'all know who the fuck he is.
that's what that's why I don't believe in the whole I forget what they call it, the prosperity thing where they trying to push. Because my thing is, why is we've been on this building fund for 5 years, but Pastor driving a Lexus and living in a 6-bedroom house.
Yeah.
We ain't finished the building your fund yet. I think the building fund went to that car you got outside, Pastor.
Yeah. But that's why I said with Kanye, he's smart enough to know that there's money to be made in the and then Kanye West has always been a person to try to push boundaries in certain things. That's just what
Especially
he
in
does.
music, definitely.
He would love to push boundaries. That's him. He feel like he pushed the boundary when he brought Jesus Walk at the time into rap and music. So we know him as a person he's not afraid to stand outside. And then if you really look at it, he's been on the winning side of every time he's pushed the boundaries.
Definitely.
So, and I feel like he's going to be on the winning side of pushing the boundaries with this church. Because I have listened to the Kanye album. I didn't listen to it completely. I skimmed through it. But the beats are still, you can feel that Kanye beats to it.
Okay.
And then it got a good little church vibe to it.
Have you heard it?
I haven't.
Okay.
But my thing is, I've always been a fan of Kanye's music.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he can go wrong when he puts something together musically, because like I said, he's a musical genius. So I have no doubts that this album will be lucrative.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. And he's, like I said, Kanye, and I feel like Kanye, he's starting to feel like he's untouchable. I feel like he already felt like this way. When you know, and like I told, we spoke about this on other podcasts, when you get so high on that pedestal and people give you so much, you start to believe the things that people feed to you as what you are. And I feel like he got that a part of being, you know, who he is. I feel like a lot of superstars and a lot of major people who's rich and famous, they fall into that shit. They get caught up in that lifestyle. So, but like I said, I listened to the album. I listened to the music. It's Kanye. It's not bad. I listen to Christian music, but I'm not a big
I skimmed through it too.
Yeah, I listen to a lot.
But when everything I heard on it, it was like I can feel it. I can understand where he's coming from in the music. So, like I said, it's not a bad album. So,
I mean, definitely, like, I'm gonna say this about the album, man. Whatever choir he got on that album,
they
man,
killed it, bro.
Man, it sounded like they could sing in heaven, bro.
But I told people, like, he reminds me of Kirk Franklin. He has that Kirk Franklin vibe, how Kirk Franklin is. That's all he really has to be. He doesn't even have to really do it. He can just be a Kirk Franklin.
Yeah.
Make the songs and have choirs come sing it. Get money off of them.
I'm like pretty much like maybe maybe it's a mouthful, man. Maybe that is a blueprint that's out there. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he was one that like, man, Kirk Franklin, you had this whole
lane
by
itself for so long.
Right.
By itself.
And
you know what I mean? And now he's saying that he ain't even gonna rap no more. He's going
straight up gospel.
gospel.
He say he read his Bible.
He seen the lane wide open.
Yeah.
And why not? I'm gonna throw that out.
Yeah, I can get this money. This untapped money.
You know what's interesting about that is even going to the Kirk Franklin thing. Kirk Franklin don't sing.
He don't. That's what I'm
On
saying.
none of their songs. But everybody knows Kirk Franklin's name, and it took years for them to know who
nobody
Mann was,
yeah.
David Mann was. It took them being on Tyler Perry's
They know that they was
and they didn't even realize that
was.
was who that was. They, it took me like, hey, wasn't she with Kirk Franklin and the family?
Yep.
People didn't know who the family was. They
Exactly.
knew Kirk Franklin.
I'm pretty sure Christians, the Christian people.
I loved all of Kirk Franklin's
exactly.
early music. I didn't know who the family was.
And like seeing that eyes on
Because
the
I
film and
remember
stuff.
when I first recognized Tamla Mann and Kingdom Come singing, that's when I first recognized her. I said, I think she a part of the family. Because I think because she was one of the main singers on it. And Tamla Mann's voice, she should have been known years ago.
But just think about this.
You knew Kirk Franklin.
Kanye West is an even better Kirk Franklin. He's even better at doing what Kirk Franklin does because he can actually rap. He can actually do, you know what I'm saying?
And Kirk Franklin dabbled in rap.
So he's gonna be even
I don't know
better
if you know that.
than Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? So he got it all up.
And you know, Kirk Franklin has rap on some of his stuff.
exactly. And but to me, I enjoy Kanye's interviews.
Yeah.
I just enjoy like kind of his mind frame and how he switches and changes and because when he did his son, he was talking to his pastor. He was saying on the interview how he was like he don't want to do hip hop and rap because that's the devil music. And what tickled me about that was it's like, is it rap and hip hop that's only devil music, or it's just any music outside of gospel music?
It's supposed to be any secular
music outside of
I mean, because you got gospel rap,
but
gospel hip hop.
but you thrive in that dark music for so long though.
You did.
You don't lose yourself just because you find your new self. It's still there, Kanye.
I mean, it's playing devil's advocate. Like losing yourself. Like I don't like that. That's what people have a problem with. You know what I mean? Like he will say, I'm evolving. I'm not losing myself.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, I'm saying because you can't really lose yourself because it's still there somewhere in you.
Yeah.
If you lose yourself, that means you can be found. So
I mean, it's your foundation. You'll never change
so
what
that's
the foundation was.
And not to stay too long, Kanye, because like I said, but it's just
Kanye is a legend.
Yeah,
let's say that, man. Kanye is a legend. Like everybody is always, bashing him more than like. At the end of the day, like we don't like your antics, Kanye, but you a legend,
right?
Man, we still love you. Like right now, you're a person that we hate to love,
right?
But we still love you. You're a genius, and you put in for Black history, man.
Right.
Yeah, he locked in.
You put in for Black history.
But that's why I tell people all the time, no matter what he has done through the years that has made me shake my head and say, this nigga. I still say I can't take nothing away from this man. He's a musical genius. I still bump your music. I'm going to check out this new album. And like how Ralph said, even though you're the person we hate to love just because you do some stuff that just got us going, no. Yeah. We still got to respect you. Like I said, I can tell you're an intelligent man. I can tell you are a musical genius. And nobody can take that from you.
But just as black people and people in our black culture, we can't be quick to counsel people just because.
Exactly.
Because
I agree with that.
We have to be remembered whether we do good or bad because at the end of the day, that's the same we're going with Bill Cosby, R. Kelly. Like, no matter what you did, man, don't let them white people take our history away from us. Because they got fucked up history too, and they still celebrate their fucked up history. Exactly. And I'm not saying we got to do what they do, but let's not let them counsel our people, and then we counsel them because they, nah, bro. Like, he fucked up. We understand. We don't, like Cuz said, we don't agree with what you're doing, but we'll never take about what you done did. Because people gonna do good and bad.
No, I cancel R. Kelly.
I didn't cancel R. Kelly.
He got canceled.
Oh, okay.
I was stepping in the name of the love.
He canceled.
I was definitely stepping in the name of the love over there.
He got canceled.
Favorite villains. It's Halloween. So.
What I can Halloween?
It's Halloween, so we want to at least give a little bit of Halloween questions before we go into our topic, which that could be a Halloween topic too, but for everybody here, Who is your favorite villains? Because we know about heroes. Heroes always get their just due. But fuck the heroes today. We're talking about villains. We're talking about those bad guys that you love to hate and sometimes you love to love them. So what is one of your favorite villains, JD?
So first of all, I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out there that literally every Disney movie, my favorite character is always the villain. So every villain in every Disney movie, Ursula, Jafar, Scar. I love Scar.
Scar is one of my favorites.
I love Scar.
Man, motherfuck Scar. Y'all got me fucked up. Fuck Scar.
I love Scar. Listen, be prepared.
I
think people love
I think so, but he was so slick. The things he said, man.
And he was a manipulator.
He was so intelligent. Even though he was dumb.
He was very dumb.
But the thing, when you watch Scar, like, that was beyond kids. We didn't understand what Scar was talking about.
You appreciate him more.
You appreciate him more as a grown up.
I think that's why most people appreciate villains now as they grow up, anyways, because you can appreciate the work that they put in, especially the good villains. You got some horrible villains.
Like most good villains are masterminds.
And it's that art of the masterminds, and you respect them.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
so
very true.
Put it in, so.
Because even in the unknown movies like Unbreakable, Samuel L. Jackson character. But you know, it's not like a superhero movie.
Yeah, people didn't know it was superhero.
Yeah, listen, I love M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I do too.
But yeah, that movie, Samuel Jackson's character was my favorite.
Mr. Glass?
Yes, Mr. Glass. When he came out with the follow-up to it with the guy with the multiple personalities, I love that. I love that character. He was awesome. And I still got to see the new one that came out.
Mr. Glass.
Yeah, I got to see that came out.
That was the best one.
But I'm a fan of villains. I'm a fan of villains.
It was great, bro.
Listen, Law Abiding Citizen, I still feel like I hate the way that movie ended. He should have came out of that on top. I was rooting for him the whole movie. Every person he killed deserved it. The judge that got shot in the head, the people outside of the cars that blew up, the man that he cut apart. I was rooting for him. I wanted Jamie Foxx to die. I'm gonna put that out there. I wanted him to win in the end. He might have been the villain.
Villains, they help you to really love the superhero too, because if it's a great villain, it's gonna make you want the superhero to be even more heroic and save the person, because the darker the villain is, and I think that's why people love villains.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, villains actually help you out more in life.
That's what I'm saying.
Than a hero does.
And
and actually, villains are more relatable when you think about it.
Yeah,
the reasons why villains are upset, I agree.
Especially when you learn their backstories.
Right.
Like, a lot of times these villains come out and you don't know why they're villain, they just think they're crazy. But then when you read their backstory, they make them more human. You think, damn, I could be that villain at any time.
It's the reason why I love the Maleficent movie. Because everybody just saw Maleficent as this evil fairy. Yeah. And you find out in the movie the backstory, she had a reason to be that way.
And she had a reason to be fucked up.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Because your favorite villain of all time, or just one of them, because there's so many genres of villains, so we can speak on a lot, man.
I would definitely I gotta say Freddy, man.
Freddy Krueger.
Because Freddy was out here killing in your dreams.
In your dreams, you couldn't get away.
You know, calling women bitches.
No, listen, when he was the giant head that came and ate the dude. Man,
Freddy was that dude, man.
As a child,
you didn't want him to sleep after Freddy.
Exactly. As a child, that's terrifying.
He did things that terrified kids. He killed the dude in the video game.
Exactly.
By playing the video game.
But that's what he did. Right. He take whatever you love and he turns it into a nightmare.
When
your best dreams is your
that was Johnny Depp too.
Yeah,
when he sucked him in the bed and then all the blood came out.
Yeah.
Freddy was a malicious. He was funny. He was the whole.
But he was very charismatic.
He was.
But that's what made him even more scary, because he was charismatic. With the way he didn't just kill you regularly. He made it a hunt, a cat and mouse type thing. Right. He chases you, make you think you finna get away, then he always catches you.
Okay.
So that's ready.
Okay. So I'm just gonna come out of the blue with some shit.
Okay.
Well,
we up to something.
This hit me like that. Okay. All right. So Freddy's a fictional character, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We love him. Mm-hmm. Because he was Freddy and all the things we said about him. Mm-hmm. But what was the reason why Freddy became Freddy?
I was just going to say that's the only thing that bothers me about Freddy is he was a pedophile.
He was messing with them kids.
And the parents burnt him alive.
Mm-hmm.
So he deserved to die.
You know, we was talking about cancel culture, so that
Yeah.
that kind of made me want to find in real
But
quick.
you know what? Is that they glazed over it so much in the old movies.
Program.
So when the new movie came out and they really delved into that, it like made you look at Freddy even because you didn't realize it back then as a kid because they glazed over it so much. But when the new one came out and they really went into the background of him messing with these kids,
Yeah.
And how he lured them down.
yeah, man.
Freddy's messing with kids, the parents put them in the house and burn them.
And I feel like
Burn the
that.
house down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you deserve that,
Yeah.
Freddy, man.
Yeah.
Be messing with.
That's
One
why
of-
Freddy became Freddy.
That's how he became Freddy.
I think for me, when it comes to villains, and I said this a lot, man. I tell, well, me and Pablo, we talk about it a lot. My favorite villains are always people, like you said, like mastermind people who are extremely smart,
Mhm.
people who, you know, get away with things, like, you know, like kind of like the Joker, like, even though he didn't have nothing, he was so smart at how he was doing. He was able to manipulate people who did have powers and abilities to follow him. So anybody that was very, well, one of my favorite movies is called The Perfect Murder.
I love
Michael
Perfect.
Douglas.
Yes,
He's one of my favorite
he
villains.
should have got away with that too.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite villains in the movie.
Yeah.
Just the way he thought of it and the way he planned it out.
Okay. So like I'm gonna say this. If you talking Michael Douglas, so this had to be like a classic. So
Yeah.
like give the viewers like a little bit of rundown, like a
Oh,
summary.
Perfect Murder.
Like a summary.
Well, she
His
just said
wife
the
was a
stuff.
cheating
Yeah.
slut,
Okay.
so he was setting her up. He
With
had
the dude she was cheating with.
cheating with. This man had to plan out perfectly. It pissed me off when she didn't die.
Yeah, because he was gonna. What he did was he found out his wife was cheating for a while. He had been following her. He was a rich man.
Yep.
And his wife was like a dancer and an artist. She started cheating with the dude who was instructing her, like her artist and stuff.
Mhm.
So he found out. He went to the man and paid him
Mhm.
to go kill his wife for him.
Mhm.
He was paying the man who she was sleeping with.
Mhm.
Only thing that messed the plan up was that the man couldn't do it.
He couldn't do it.
But he still had a plan for
Because
that didn't work.
Yeah.
Because he was into
It was
Yeah, 'cause it was
perfectly
He
planned.
even planned out the fact that he might not go with it,
Yep.
so that he can whack both of them. And I feel so. But like I said, my perfect villains are always
The master.
masterminds, and you know, and that comes to me with in life too. Like when I see like people doing, and I know this is kind of fucked up, but like when I see my black people doing crimes, and it's so stupid how they do it. It's like, bruh, you didn't think this through. Like things like this, when you're doing things, bruh, it should be on a level of like, man, because your life is on the line. So
Right.
anything you do when your life is gonna be on should have the most deepest of your thought and time and effort put into doing it. So that's the kind of villains that I always enjoy. Any like, what's his name? Walter Sager from not Walter. What's his name? From The Usual Suspect.
No.
Jose.
Cozy something.
Cosmo
Casa
Kind of Sose. That's my movie too.
He's people like that have always been my favorite villains because they're so mastermind. You would never even think to look at them as the villain.
Right.
Because they're gonna manipulate the whole situation.
And
But-
the good villain makes you like them throughout
Right.
the movie. Even though they're being a villain,
Right.
right. Make you like them.
And it's exciting when they get away with it. That's just like No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men.
Love that movie.
Exactly.
And I was like, there's no doubt that you're gonna die
Exactly.
because the man is too good.
And
It made you
Exactly,
just want to
because-
see him get to the next person and take him
it
out.
was so creative
Because he was
about how
so
he
good
did
at it.
Creative how he
Oh
did it.
my
Yeah.
God, that's my movie too. No Country
Yeah.
for Old Men.
You know, we can talk about it. But like I love this topic though because villains, like I am a big villain person. Like I like my favorite movies are thrillers, slashers, like like movies with mysteries and thrillers where you got to figure out something. That any kind of movie like that, it makes me because first of all, I'm a person that I try to figure out the movie in the movie.
Exactly. Why
So,
the movie going
why
on?
the movie? I'm trying.
While it's going
I'm
on,
acting like I'm the person trying to figure out what this mastermind is doing too.
Look,
So
that's like the movie Us. I went
still
and
ain't
saw
seen
that
it.
in the
I still ain't
theater.
seen it.
I figured out the twist in Us in the first 10 minutes of the movie. And you know what it was? Is the thing of it is that had me cracking up is I'm in the movie theater, right? And I said it out loud. Like, I didn't say it out loud, but I said it to myself. Like, what I knew was going to happen.
Yeah.
Got to the end of the movie, that happened. And the person next to me was like, you said that 10 minutes into
But
the
you
movie.
know, people don't.
I love doing that.
We do that all the time. Though,
love
when we watch
doing that.
movies together, we'll be
Right.
like this.
Okay. Like at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like villains are the shit, man. Like
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like gotta have balance. Like what Eddie Murphy said. Like you gotta get a piece of that evil ass.
Yeah, get
Right.
that evil ass.
Even in
Evil is good.
evil is good.
You have to have a villain to make a hero.
Yeah.
If there was no villains, you couldn't have your heroes.
And it's like
That's easy. Favorite villain.
Favorite villain.
They forgot you was there.
Pablo.
Teasy.
He snuck back in.
You know what I mean? The viewers miss you, man. They wanna holler at Teasy, man.
Mm.
Trap that Teasy. Holler at the people, man. They love you, dog.
Who your favorite villain, bro?
Favorite villain. That's
Anime, don't matter what it is.
no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Sephiroth.
Yeah, I knew it. Why did I not know you? That's just your favorite, almost like your favorite character.
period.
Okay.
Period.
Well, what's his name again?
Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
From Final Fantasy
Who is
VII.
Sephiroth? And why is he your favorite villain? You gotta speak up.
Okay. Because Sephiroth,
Engage us.
his story is long, man.
I mean, give us a summary, bro.
All right.
I don't know who Sephiroth is.
Just
And-
explain
and-
who he
and-
is.
He's a. You could say he's a clone of the Genova Cell. He's
He's overpowered.
yeah, he's
fucking
OP.
overpowered. He's OP like a motherfucker.
He got all the power.
Yes.
I ain't saying he got all of it. He been defeated.
Yeah, but
I mean,
yeah. It was more like kind of like he kind of let himself be defeated.
yeah, to me, I view him as malicious a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, how
He's
he
definitely
handles things.
And he's cerebral, too.
Yeah,
He's cerebral too.
so, you know, that's basically Sephiroth.
I'm gonna give you a pretty good background for people who don't know.
Yeah.
Sephiroth is a Final Fantasy VII character. He's the Final Fantasy VII enemy, the last enemy of him.
Mhm.
But he was such a popular enemy that he's world known in other anime and other games
Mm.
because of how vicious and how great of an enemy he was.
Mhm.
And he was so overpowered that he's been in many animes. Other games have integrated him into the story. So he is definitely one of my. That's why I said there's so many different villains that you could have. So as far as like anime and games, he could be one of my top villains too, because it's just the way he is.
Mhm.
But Pablo, I feel you on that. Sephiroth is definitely one of the. He's the shit, bro. Guaranteed.
But after him, it'll be my buddy Chucky.
Chucky.
I love Chucky.
Chucky was scary, and I'm gonna
Chucky
give
was
people.
funny.
I'm gonna give
Chucky
people
was scary.
I'm gonna give people a gem about Chucky, man. Shout outs to my auntie Faye. I love her.
Listen, she was.
We was
Tell the
story about how she used to torment us as kids. And this is probably why I like horror movies now, because I didn't like them as I was young. But we have a very fucked up family. Fall I See is another person that used to terrorize us as we was kids with just scary stuff.
Mhm.
Fall I See, what up, baby?
Salute to her. But our auntie Faye, we used back when Chucky was popular when we was kids. She had a My Buddy doll. She had two of them. And whenever we would watch like horror movies, because she wouldn't let us watch it, but she'll watch it in the room in front of us, so like we could really watch it from the room. Like.
Right.
And she like, y'all better not be watching this, y'all gonna be scared. Of course we are. That's what you watch scary movies for.
To be scared.
So what she would do is, after we done fell asleep, she would take the My Buddy doll and like put it in the doorway and like tape a knife to his hand. Just what adult has this much time and creativity?
Like, take a real knife?
Yeah, like, and put it in the door and start making noises so you'll wake up like, what's going on? And it's Chucky! Like, like, she would do that shit, bro. Like, so we come from a family that enjoys horror and scaring people, so that's probably why I like it, like how I like it now, bro. So,
Now, he is in the horror movies now because I forced him to watch tons.
yeah, I definitely wasn't into it when I was young.
He was.
I definitely was not a horror
No.
person.
He
I
was.
definitely changed.
I've always been.
I definitely would not watch them back when I was young. It was no.
Yeah.
I was terrified of the clowns since I've been a kid. So it took me until I was grown to see the movie It.
Yeah.
Like I'm not afraid to admit that shit. I'm a grown ass man.
We going deep?
I don't watch. Listen, I'm just. I'm not afraid of clowns. It's just like I always been this person that
That's gangster though.
I don't have to. Why would I watch something that I don't enjoy?
Mhm.
I don't enjoy clowns, so I'm never gonna go watch a clown movie.
Right.
I remember I watched Attack of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That shit fucked me up.
You
You know what I'm saying?
I actually love that movie.
That's
That's
classic.
I love that movie.
Classic.
Yeah.
But you know how when you get older and you watch it now,
Yeah.
it's not as scary, but it's still something I don't enjoy watching. Like it's not. I would never be like, hey, let's go watch some clown shit.
Yeah, of course.
Especially some killer clown shit.
Of course, the quality of the movie got better.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
Back then,
but back then, as a as a kid,
that
I
shit
was
seemed
terrified.
futuristic.
Yeah, I was
It seemed
terrified of
futuristic
clowns.
back then.
I didn't.
But you
I
know
didn't
what?
fuck with clowns.
Read the It story. It's 10 times scarier than the movie.
Yeah, so it's just like
Listen, the book gave me
They always say that the book always better.
The book gave
because
me
it's your own imagination that you got to
yeah, the movie was nothing.
So
'Cause
you
it
don't
looked
look
funny. It was Tim Burton, not Tim Burton, but what's his name? Tim something played the Pennywise.
Same
in the
dude from
original.
the Horror Picture.
Listen, Rocky Horror Picture
yeah.
Show is my show, and
Yeah,
that man
same
was
dude.
perfect in that movie.
I could never get it
But-
because a bunch of men
right.
dressed in drag dancing.
It was
So I,
so
as a
he
young, I'm
looked
just saying I
good.
was
He
young.
pulled it
I couldn't
off.
get into it.
He pulled it off. He looked good in his little outfit. But he played Pennywise. So in the movie, I couldn't take him seriously.
But the
See,
book,
But
man,
the book,
you gotta use your own imagination.
You
And
gotta use
usually
your
when you
own-
read a book, you put yourself in that place because you
Yeah.
don't really know what they look like.
yeah,
So you always kind of visualize yourself as the people. So it's gonna affect you more. But you want to know what's more terrifying, and this is my. You want to know who the greatest villain I think of that probably should be is white folks, the colonizers. They are the ultimate.
talking about
Right.
Get Out?
Huh?
I'm gonna be honest.
No,
Just white?
just white.
Really?
I mean, they're the best villain in
They are
reality.
the best fucking
In
villain.
reality, yeah. They are the
They
villains.
are they have the
You
greatest.
talk about the movie Get Out. You talk about the white.
Okay, hold on.
They have the greatest.
Let me say something, bro.
Oh my God.
This don't sound like a horror film. Okay, you got a big boat pulling in with smoke coming behind it. You know what I mean? They pulling up to a unknown foreign land. As soon as they pull up, they raping, killing everybody.
He said,
No.
No.
Hold on.
On real shit.
First, you know, like the people that you're raping and killing, they're bringing food to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You guys have a big ass meal.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
After the meal,
Mm-hmm.
everybody die.
Hey,
They have done, but they did.
Bill's got a point though. If you have never watched American
That's hell of a
Gods,
villain, Trout.
Oh, that's my.
watch
That's
the
hell of a
character
villain.
Anansi,
Mm-hmm.
played by Orlando Bloom.
First of all,
And he played that part and watch his speech he give them
Listen.
slaves on that ship.
JD,
That was one of the best speeches in
I
that
want-
show. I don't know who wrote that, but you are a genius.
I want people to go back and look at our third podcast because I said that. I was
Yes.
promoting people to go see American
Man,
Gods.
and then even his speech he gave to
Every one of his speeches was great.
was amazing.
Even when he gave the shadow and like the second season. Man, yeah, that dude.
Listen,
All his stuff is great.
Orlando Bloom showed his skills in
And
that
he showed his
man.
talents in this show.
Because he killed it as a
He killed
nonsense.
it. But like white people, but the reason I say that is that white people are the most terrifying because anything that you can think of, like just imaginative, wow, white people have tested that shit out and made it true. They have genocide people, they have destroyed
Oh,
people.
man. I'm still
I mean,
tripping
they-
over
they-
him saying that white people.
They provide everything we think.
But listen, what's more terrifying than being in your own house and getting shot?
There's
Really?
There's nothing.
I mean,
there's
think
nothing-
about it. When it's more terrifying, you playing a game with your nephew and bang. Some nigga just put on your shit, you scared, he's scared too and pop your ass. Nigga, that's the most terrifying shit. That's your biggest villain. And I'm not saying all white people, I'm talking the colonizers, the ones that's doing it. That shit is terrifying. But like I always say, like
That is terrifying.
Muhammad Ali said, just because I have a whole room of snakes out there, they want to get in, they want to kill me. Because 10 snakes don't want to bite me. I'm going to let these 10 snakes in, knowing I'm going to let these other snakes come in, these hundreds of thousands of snakes, and hope that these 10 snakes defeat these other 10,000. No, I'm going to just lock all the fucking snakes out. That's just real nigga shit, bro. They the villains, bro. I'm just saying, I wasn't trying to get too deep, but I'm just saying, if I really think about it now, if I had to think about what's my biggest villain is the colonizers. The people that's online like that, the people that have the power to destroy your dreams, take your future away. Them are my biggest villains. Well,
That's a good one.
we don't want to stick too long with that, but today's topic, we let JD pick the topic, and you know, I feel like it's a good topic. Double standards.
Double standards.
And what better to bring in Halloween with some shit that's spooky to niggas? That shit scare us, man.
Double standards.
What is double standards?
Double standards is when somebody say it's okay for the men to do it, but the women are looked at. They do the exact same thing, and they're looked at in lesser light. So, for example, the most classic double standard is that if a man sleep with a bunch of women, he's a player, he's uplifted for it. It's amazing that he can pull all these women. Woman do the same thing. She's a thought. She's a whore. She's a slut. That's one of the main double standards.
I see that you chose to choose the topic of man versus women when you double standards. I realize that
That's the biggest double standard.
No, but I'm just saying
that is the biggest double
I understand
standard.
that because women, that's their go-to double standard. The difference of double standards between there's double standards between black women and white women.
There is
There's
double standard between black women and white men. There's double standards between white men and black men.
Yeah, so that's what I said. But I see you like to go to the men versus.
Because I'm like, you telling me what is double standard? That's the most go-to one. Is the one between men.
Okay, before we really go in though, one thing we like everybody should factor in. We talking about double standards, right? So that means both parties are affected. It ain't just the women that's affected. The man is affected by the double standards as well.
Exactly.
Continue.
Because even the double standard that a man can't cry.
That's a real standard.
That is a real double standard.
Men got a heart too.
Men got heart too. That they can't get
arguably worse.
But the bad part is
I can't stand to hear somebody say, "Oh, don't cuddle him, he a boy," but you can cuddle the girl. They both 5, man. They both 5-year-olds. What's the difference?
I don't know. I'm not cuddling myself.
You see
Suck
what
that
I'm
shit
talking
up, bro.
about? That double standard. That's what they tell them. They tell the boys suck it up, and they call
It
it.
depends on what it is, though. It depends on what it is because I just feel like
boys need that softness. They need compassion and love. That's how they can grow to be compassionate.
But this is what I think is this.
That's why so many men out there who can't express that because
I have to give my son a balance of toughness because I want him to realize that the world is not going to coddle you, son. The world, when you get out there, they're not going to say, "Hey, it's okay, you can cry." No, sometimes you're going to have to be tough. So I have to give him that balance. Under certain things, you can't be soft about.
Okay.
So I just choose what I feel like he can be soft about. If you're crying about something that I feel like you don't have to cry about, I'm going to tell you to suck it up. And if it's a girl, and I feel like, okay, but she's a girl, bro. You know, she's going to get that leeway. With not just with me, but with people in society. But with you, son, they're not going to, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to coddle you, bro. They're going to give you that hard. So I want you to be, so when this thing happens to you, you're not, and the first thing that comes to your mind is, let me cry, let me break down. No, let me be tough, let me figure out how to handle this shit. And then when I get home and you get with your loved ones, then go ahead and shed your tears. Go ahead and come cry to me afterwards.
Okay, but that's different. Okay, because you can teach that same lesson and still show compassion towards your child. That's what I'm saying. You're in the household with your son. If he want to come cry to you or share his emotions, that needs to be able to happen. And at the same time, you still can teach him about what needs to happen in the world. But you can't shut down that part of him completely just because he's a man. That's why we got so many men out here who can't express themselves emotionally because they've been emotionally stunted at an early age.
I'm gonna let him know. Listen, you can cry, bro, but you need to stop all that.
Okay. So all right. So let's bring it back. You know, like we kind of got off of your first double standard, statement. Mm-hmm. Okay, so basically you were saying that women can't, be hoes, but men can. Like okay.
Or even expressing themselves sexually at all. Anytime a woman wants to express herself sexually, it is typically immediately seen as a negative thing.
Okay. So let me say this. Like, let's say you know a young lady, you know what I mean? Let's say you work with a young lady, okay? And she comes to work every day. She gets dropped off by a different dude every day. All the women where you work, they're going to be the main ones talking about her. What are they going to be saying about her?
I will agree. The main ones are going to be women's calling her thoughts and hoes and sluts. And you know what I'll be saying? It's none of my goddamn business.
But that's what I'm getting to the point is that
she is a grown woman, and if she want to get dropped off by men, women, transvestites, transsexuals, that's her business.
Okay, so would you say it's more women or men that give the
nowadays? Back in the days, I will say, back in the days, the standard when it comes to sexuality, it was more of the men attacking the women for that. Now, it's a lot of women on women hate when it comes to that. It is.
Because hoeing is popular now.
It is.
But
it's still a double standard even within women. Because like I said, even women will look at a man
That's
who
what
play
I'm
around,
Is it
and
still-
it won't.
is
He
that
will
still-
never be considered a slut or a whore. He will always have the title of player. It will always be something that he's good at.
Because, you know, you can't
You know,
rock like
and
I
even
never rock.
women will look at the same situation with a woman, but you're a woman and you need to be a lady and you need to be classy. I mean, if that's who you are, then that's who you are. But don't knock somebody else for what they got going on. The same way these dudes out here can have side chicks, she can have side niggas. That's her
Message.
business, and
We
that's her
spoke about that
problem.
on HOE too.
We need to stop. Even I can't. The biggest thing I can't stand when it comes to women on women hate is moms bashing other moms because they don't raise their kids the way you raise your kids. Your children is your children, and you ain't got no opinion about how somebody else
Exactly.
raised their children.
So what you just
And
said?
you should never be bashing another
Unless
mother.
your children are out there shooting other kids too.
Well, yeah,
I don't
now-
say about your kids.
Right?
Fuck
Yeah,
up my shit.
that's different. Now,
I mean, that's what it really comes down
if
to.
you're the parent of one of these Columbine kids or these kids that's out of control, you might need a little help.
Well, listen.
Sometimes it takes a
You know,
village. But I'm talking
Exactly.
about
I'm gonna say it takes
yeah,
a village
but I'm
to
talking
raise
about
a child,
women who
bro.
out here bashing women. Like if they not a woman who cook all the time, they just order out their kids' food.
Women are
That's
petty.
their business. Or if they're a stay-at-home mom. Moms who decide to be stay-at-home moms get bashed. That's their business. Listen, if her husband want to go out and do all the work and she want to sit in her house and sip margaritas and take the kids to their PTAs, that's her business. You ain't got no reason
So,
bashing her for that.
Let me throw in this curveball. This little curveball of double standards.
So
So
I just threw a curveball. This is the second curveball.
what if the dude want to be the stay-at-home
I
dad,
love stay-at-home dads.
but it's frowned upon
It is
by
frowned
both the
upon.
men and the women?
That is another double standard.
It's a double
because
standard for
the
the
men, and you know what? The biggest argument, at least among the black community that I
I
hear,
like you flip that though.
listen,
You know what I'm saying?
the biggest thing, it cracks me up that I hear from mostly black women and some black men about stay-at-home dads is the first thing they go to. The Bible said if a man don't work, he don't
Exactly.
eat.
And that's why that's why I hate Christians, and because they always want to first shit
We
back.
can't hate
I hate them.
Christians
I'm serious.
You hate me?
No, I'm talking about when it comes to certain things about Christianity. I hate when they always go to these go-to things. Like
That drives me
that
crazy
shit
though,
kills
man.
me, bro. Because it's like the Bible. If you really believe in the Bible, that shit was written thousands of years ago. You think people still living like that? Man, you
Yeah.
don't work, you don't eat, bitch. I know a lot of people that don't work and eat and live great.
They live better than us. They actually work.
This is
Pablo, yeah, living fucking great.
this is
Nigga ain't
my
worked a day in this goddamn life.
stupid. This is my opinion on the stay-at-home dad.
I'm a working hard nigga.
I actually don't care for daycares. I never really wanted my child in daycares. I think the one time she was in daycare, she wasn't there for more than like 6 months. I always preferred for her to be
Me
home
too.
with
I always been
family.
a
I
person
don't
that want to have
trust
my kids.
people. You
I
know
don't
what I'm
trust
saying?
people either.
So if I was in a situation where I'm making the bread, we're financially stable, and he can stay home and take care of the kids, that would actually make me more comfortable.
And I'm not gonna take care of the kids. I'm gonna have somebody in the house with us, taking care of the kids
Now you just being lazy.
that I can see.
Now that's laziness. If we
We know what dads do.
If I'm paying for a nanny, then no, you're not finna just sit in the house.
No, but I'm finna say
You are the nanny.
I'm gonna be
the nanny
no,
is leaving.
I'm
now.
about to be pursuing my dreams.
Okay, but that's
What I'm
different.
doing.
We're talking about just stay-at-home dads.
I don't
Dads
want to- but that's
that are
just
just
stay-at-home
stay-at-home dads. That's a temporary situation.
But you know what I want to speak on too about the stay-at-home dads. That's the crazy part is, and I'm not saying that. Me personally, I want to put this out here. I could never be a stay-at-home dad for the simple fact. I mean, I done tried it. Like I done tried it, but it would never be something that I would want to do. Like just stay at home. Like
Right.
Like, that's a hell of a topic. I'm gonna let you finish though.
Yeah, because it's things that because like me and Pablo spoke on it. It's just certain characteristics that I have in myself that I'm not willing to give up as me. And it's not even about whether or not she makes more money, because I could care less about my my counterpart making more than me or being. It's just that I still want to contribute to myself. Like I want to have things for myself that I want to buy with myself that I feel like I can buy with my own money. Because I always tell people, and I used to throw this out there to my homegirls back, when we was young. I said, man, I have no problem with you being this, but just realize when you give people that much power over you, you can't really argue with them. If you're never making any money and that person never always making money, they get the final say over what happens with that money. So if they want to give you an allowance of how much you can spend that thing, how can you rebuttal that? Because you chose not to do anything to make yourself some income.
Okay, so hold
I
on. Let me stop right there. The jazz. as a woman sitting here, I want to ask you this.
Okay.
Okay, like I don't know if it's like it is a double standard. Okay, so, but how do you feel about like as far as respect is concerned and giving and receive? Like, could you respect the man that you were taking care of that just sat home every day?
That's taking care of my kids?
I mean,
Let's say no kids was there. Let's say you didn't have kids and he was just a stay at home.
I mean,
he didn't work. He just like you made all the money. So
Exactly.
like kind of how women would do with men. Like they don't have to work because the other person makes all the
I
money.
mean,
So
we
I'm
talking about double
just
standard.
living our good life.
You know what I mean? Because a woman can do that all day.
Yeah, it has been
You know?
proven that they get it done. Like
Well,
dudes,
that's different.
dudes will go out and spend for women. Like they'll do it for the women. But women, rarely
Okay, but
you rarely see
now we're
women.
not talking about stay-at-home dads. Now we're talking about housewives and house husbands.
We're not
I mean,
even
no. I'm talking about stay-at-home dads. You know what I mean? Like,
Stay at home with the kids.
I'm just talking about like how I don't want to say how we were raised, whatever, but as far as the dude that's just sitting on his ass not doing shit, you know what I mean? All he gotta do is just sit at home and clean up, or you go to work and you come home. Like, are you cool with that?
So this is because the same thing with stay-at-home dad or a house husband. If you're going to do everything that I would be doing at home as a housewife, which means when I come home, I ain't got to worry about dinner, I ain't got to worry about the house being clean, you doing all that, then that's what we agreed on, then that's fine. And then especially if you're a stay-at-home dad, because parenting is hard work.
Definitely.
Them stay-at-home moms are working, man. I'm not talking about the ones that got 20 nannies there. I'm talking about the ones that's really stay-at-home moms. They just in the house with their kids.
I mean,
24/7.
I mean, you gotta send them to school.
They wore out.
You gotta send them
I
to school.
feel like if my husband was home all day with multiple kids, some of them infants, some of them toddlers, some of them in school, I would come home
Kids
and
are
give him
driving
a
crazy.
massage.
Kids are motherfuckers.
Listen,
Let me
I
tell
would
you.
be coming home from my 40-hour work week like,
Kids
let me
are
give a massage
motherfuckers,
the
bro.
kids and drove
They're
crazy
driving
all day.
crazy. Exactly.
You
They're
know,
driving
that's
crazy.
some work, man. That's some hard work. And
I
I can never not have respect from him to be in the house and just do that all day.
Exactly. Like I said that to say like, cause like we media, but you know we got to talk about all of this shit.
Yeah.
So like T.I. and Tiny actually had Tiny came to T.I.'s podcast expeditiously. T.I. got a new podcast now. You know, everybody doing a podcast now, but we ain't gonna stop this shit. We gonna be the only unfamous motherfuckers to blow up off this shit. How about that? All y'all was famous first.
Right.
I'm pretty kind of famous too.
But you know, let me continue.
He thinks
You know what I mean? Like they were talking about, like Tiny said, you know what I mean, as a young girl, you know what I mean, like somebody told her, don't get married, don't fall in love for love. Fall in love for security.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You know what I mean? You know,
So a
therefore
lot of women was being
But
told that,
I
especially
feel
the
that's what I'm
black
saying.
community.
You know, like to do on that
telling them to
podcast.
have backup plans. What Black Knight said, just in case you get a flat, you should always have a spare. That's real stuff that black mothers
Yeah.
taught that. Who was it? That's my favorite goddamn comedy special too. Eddie Griffin, when he was talking about black mothers,
Oh, yeah.
are the biggest pimps
Pimps,
in
yeah.
the world. Get a man who got a good job, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Good job,
that's
good
some real
job.
thing. That's
But
a real situation.
I just feel like it is a double standard when it comes to that.
it
Women,
definitely
I
is.
feel like when women can use their looks, their beauty, and things, and get things that men could never get from women that women can get from men.
Exactly.
Far as just because men lust for women,
Mhm.
like that's our thing. Since we're young,
We're here to populate the
yeah,
world.
we're
guys.
here to lust for women, bro. And so you can get away with a nigga go spend $1,000 on you just because you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Just because you're something that you're lusting after for. Women barely do that. They're not gonna, even though there are women that do that,
They are.
but majority
They are
of
sugar
women,
mother.
they're not gonna lust after a man unless he has, what they're lusting after is what he has, not for just what he is. So they're gonna lust after him because he's rich, because he's well off, because like he said, most women are into the security. They're married because security, because no woman wanna be broke and, you know what I'm saying, and be with a man that she loved because it's just for him. But a man will be with a woman that he loved and she broke because in his mind he's the man, he's supposed to be so fine. So he's gonna always grind to try to make sure she have. And women be like, oh, I can just find another man that have it and always live a better life.
Facts.
And it's really in this younger generation, that's a big thing for
That
them.
is a
Boy,
big
that
thing.
is like
Listen, women are resigning themselves.
Yeah.
Let me not say resigning themselves, because I don't want to be judgmental. Because if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But women are actually happy to be side chicks and be like the side person. They actually seek that out.
This too.
They seek that out. Like, it was a whole reality show about it,
Yeah.
where these women were the side chicks and they were happy to be known.
I had
as
points in
side
my life that
and
I
the men was breaking them off, so they was living lovely lives. So it was lucrative for them.
We call those paymasters. We call them paymasters.
It was working for
Fucking
them.
paymasters, bro. But what I heard is that when women try to make every nigga the same kind of paymaster as another nigga. Listen. So you gonna have a McDonald's nigga? Exactly. We got McDonald's niggas, and we got Ruth Chris niggas. Like, and we got the niggas in between, and then you got the niggas that take you on yachts to.
Right.
You can't expect the nigga that's a McDonald's nigga to do the shit that the yacht niggas is gonna do. Now we go splurge, and instead of going to McDonald's, we might go to Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect me at the level that I am.
You just went from so Wendy's is a step up from McDonald's.
To me, Wendy's is the best fast food restaurant. McDonald's is the worst. Like, there's nothing
You
worse
could
than
have went
McDonald's.
up to Five Guys.
No, Five Guys is not good. To me, well, I guess I'm a Wendy's thing, so that's like the classy of the fast food. Poor people. You know, I'm just saying. But I feel like this, and this is what I feel, and I love double standards for the simple fact that because they are real, and a lot of double standards come with how we were raised, our environment that we're in, and then it has a lot of things to do with our goals and what we want to be in life. So that will place double standards on you just because of what you want to be in life.
Definitely.
And I try to pride myself on not double standing women, and you know this. I'm a very honest person with people that I involve myself with, and to my detriment, that could be a good and a bad thing. But that helps me eliminate double standards because I would never treat you outside of what we already agreed on, what we are. So, like I said, you know how some people they can't fuck with girls that have a lot of bodies on them, and me, I'm a nigga. I want you to have a couple of bodies on you because I don't like girls that's too virgin and don't know what's going on in the bedroom and don't know how to be in a relationship because
You want experience.
they never had their heart broken. They never known this. And so they have these pipe dreams of what, you know what I'm saying? That they keep them from childhood that, no, man, real life is fucked up.
That's preference.
Some niggas out here that's fucked up. Bro, I done been with some fucked up people. You done been with some fucked up people.
Okay.
Now we gotta mix this fucked up shit together.
Okay.
I feel like that's just preference, though. Like,
I mean, but that's life. I feel like double standards fall under your preference because that's a part of your standards. It's like you're gonna prefer this thing. That's why standards get put into place because of what people prefer. That's how standards come about. We had to decide that this is the standard, so we preferred that, and we saying, oh, that's less than standard because we want this to be the standard. That's all standards are. What you prefer.
Okay. So I was saying all that to ask JD a question. Okay, like it was
Ursula?
like
personal.
Ursula
These
tonight.
unfortunate souls.
Unfortunate.
JD Ursula. But I brought up the podcast and said because like they had a poll, you know what I mean? Because it's a whole thing going on right now. It's a energy struggle. You know what I mean? A power struggle going on between men and women right now.
I guess
You know what I mean?
true.
Because like the poll was the happiest women right now are single black women and women that that single black women and women that are in a relationship with men that are less successful than them.
Wait.
They said the happiest women.
Who took this poll?
Wait, say it one more time.
Okay. The poll was the happiest women in America right now are single black women, or we just say single women, and women that are more successful than their counterpart. Women that are in control. I say that.
And so this was a
That's
poll
stupid topic.
that was taken, and that's what won
That
the
makes
poll.
no sense. That
That the happiest women in the world are single women and women who are more successful than their
Single
counterpart.
Y'all the happiest bitches in the world. I have yet to meet a single happy girl.
I mean, I think I'm single and happy, but I don't know that that's the happiest women
The happiest.
in the world, though, because honestly, I want to say most women who are single
That's why
and most women who are single and they're overtly overly bragging about them being single and happy
Exactly.
are really
Miserable.
not that happy.
They're the miserable people.
They're trying to overcompensate
Exactly, bro.
for being so happy and being so single.
And people lie.
Because I mean, it is a natural instinct to want that sort of counterpart, even if you don't desire love.
because
You want someone else. It's natural. That's a natural instinct to want that.
and women
sort
are
of-
made to love,
Yeah, we
That's
are.
what you're
We
here
are
for.
loving creatures.
to be loving. You
You
talk
know?
about you going to love by your fucking self. Stop it.
Well, maybe they mean it because these are single women that can love multiple.
Them the single women that don't want people to know that they fucking lonely.
Maybe
That's what them single
I
people
don't
are.
think that a lot of the women who overly compensate, like when you see them on
Yeah.
Facebook constantly talking about how they're happy to be single, they're really just overcompensating
I'm
and trying
not-
to make themselves feel better.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't have time periods where you're happy to be single. Yeah,
Right.
you're gonna go through them time
I mean,
periods.
I don't think
But
it's
if you can't say
unrealistic to be
That's
happy
never
and single.
during no time periods. That's never really your happiness unless you went through some fucked up shit, and now you're like, okay, I just got
Right,
a fucked
you
relationship,
need to
and I'm happy
be
because.
yourself.
But you still gonna end up wanting to be in a relationship, and when you get with the right person, that's gonna be your happiness. When you're with the right person that loves you, right? But being single and your happiness.
I'm not going to say that there are no happy single women.
Okay.
That's not my point, but I
Okay.
feel like it's a stretch to say that the happiest
Yes,
women in the
exactly.
world
are single.
are the single women.
Okay, so
That's the
okay.
stretch for me.
Okay, so what about the other one?
What was the other one?
The other one was women that are more successful than their men.
I don't like the way that's phrased because I feel like women should want to be successful. So I feel like successful women should
That's what
be
I'm
happy because the more successful I am, the more happy I am. But that has nothing to do with what my partner got going on, whether he's successful or not successful. That don't adjust or
There's a poll.
affect.
This is not my question.
Yeah, that don't adjust or affect my own happiness with my success. Unless we're business partners, your success does not affect my success unless you're playing with my money, and then we got a whole other problem. But like your level of success is not going to make or break my happiness within my level of success.
Okay.
So I'm not going to be happier because you're less successful than me. I'm not going to be happier because you're as successful as me. I'm not going to be happier if you're more successful than me because I'm focused on my own success.
Okay.
I want to be happy for you,
That's right.
whatever success you have, but it's not going to affect how I feel about myself and my own success.
Yeah, I think you answered that perfectly.
Okay, all right, ask me that question. Ask me that question.
Ralph, ask him that question.
That's that question.
Go ahead.
Hell yeah. They're at their fucking happiest. Women are at their happiest because, listen, I'm just being, especially right now with women fighting for independency, and that's one of the biggest movements now. It shows, and watching Lip Service with the Tank interview when, what's her name? She was like, what's her name? The stripper, one that was a stripper? Gigi.
Oh.
Gigi was saying that she likes to like put her finger in her man's butt because it makes her feel dominant over him. It gives them a sense of
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
That's
So
a
when a
real
woman
thing.
has a job where she makes more than you and she's the leader, it gives her a sense of power.
But
And
that's
she
only-
feel like she never had because they feel like they've been oppressed already for years, not just by black men but white men, the world.
But that's
so,
a small
no,
percentage
that's
of
not.
women.
I feel like that's a bigger.
That's a
percentage.
majority.
I feel like that's
I
a
don't know
majority.
if that's
I definitely
a
feel like
majority.
that's
That's
a
a
majority.
majority.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't know.
I have dealt with broke bitches that have a little bit more money than you, and they act like they just.
But that's them being happy about them successful.
No, it's not about them.
The
success.
question was that are they happy that they're more successful?
Yes,
than
they are
them?
happy than them.
So they're happy not only because they're more successful, but that
So,
they're less successful
Listen,
than
have you
them.
heard the City Girl song?
But that
I don't fuck about a nigga like I'm telling you.
I have not.
They
I've
living
heard
in that
everybody
lifestyle.
else.
They
But I
living
gotta
in that
listen
truth.
to that song
They live
because
in
I
that
hear
truth.
everybody talk. I see the
Yeah,
memes about
okay.
it, but I've not actually heard that song. I gotta
Because
go listen
I'm trying to
to
tell
it. But
you.
that's like entertainment.
No, listen, I'm telling you,
Put
the
them-
move right now is get your own shit. Women getting their own shit.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah,
like,
and that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying I don't like the fact that they're tying that to me
But
being
no,
happy
but I'm
because
just
you're
saying, I'm not
less
tying
successful.
that to you. You're just one of the few people that's not like that. But I'm saying the majority of women
Are happy not
they're
only
happy
because
because they feel like they're above. Because remember, women, y'all had to fight for your rights behind other people.
You get in here and wash the dishes. No!
Yeah, y'all always had to come second.
You
with
lucky
y'all
getting
rights.
out the babies, bitch.
So what I'm saying
You
is,
have to
exactly, when women used to be supposed to be in the house and they wanted to be part of the workforce, and so y'all always been behind the curve. So I feel like now women are starting to be like I told, we had this on the podcast. I said we move into a world where women are going to be the dominant. That's the way the world is moving. So now that women are getting that taste of power and getting that shit, they don't. Man, listen, fuck a nigga. That's all you hear. So. Fuck a nigga, fuck a bitch. Like, I'm just saying.
I mean,
I feel like that's what it is.
But
I mean, that was advocate. We've been saying fuck bitches.
I was gonna say let's take it all the way back.
But that's what I said. It's like
some of the songs. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Y'all been behind the
I
curve for
can't
so long.
front like on City Girls for putting a song like out there like that. Because even when I hear people saying it, I'm like, you can't be mad at them because we've been putting the songs out like real bitches get down on the floor, hoes in the club showing love. You know, y'all been doing that for years. So if these women want to come out with these songs saying real bitch give a fuck about a nigga, then that's what it is. They give a fuck about a nigga.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like that's when because he was asking which one you think is more, and I'm thinking, like the first one I didn't agree with black women being the happiest, by like single women being the happiest. But
okay, let me elaborate.
Women being in power,
let me elaborate
on that.
Like the only way that I think that can exist, and this is just my perspective because we're doing a podcast, and you should never get offended because this is our perspectives.
These are just opinions, guys.
We can never be wrong because it's subjective.
It's an opinion.
You know what I mean? But like
what I would be wrong.
Really?
But what I would say, like my logic, like that I could take from that is a woman being able to, you know what I mean, fuck whoever she want to fuck, single woman, and not worrying about having to please somebody. You know what I mean? They fuck who they want to fuck nowadays. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that, but like everything is sexualized now, and women could be themselves, man. And you don't have to hide that you want to fuck this dude and that dude and that dude. You know what I mean? Nowadays, you know what I mean. So nowadays, I would say single women are pretty damn happy.
Right.
I don't think so.
But I mean, I think that these...
You know what I mean? They don't have to be ashamed no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because these things were desires that have been out for years. They've just been so taboo. Even like the whole thing with the messing with a guy's butt. That is a thing.
Let's not target the butt thing. I'm just saying, women enjoy demasculating men to feel powerful.
But that shouldn't be a demasculation.
It definitely is.
Your pleasure zone is back there.
It should never be a pleasure zone.
Okay.
Your main pleasure zone is back there. So it should not demasculate you. It's just another
That's only
way.
something that a woman would say about a man feeling demasculated.
It's not. You just need to be comfortable with your own sexuality.
That's not being comfortable with sexuality.
To play in that kind of way. Okay, well, if you got somebody who can do
it, in the butt, y'all ready?
And I saw Fallout Seed the episode, and I actually commented on that video that only you can determine what your sexuality is. I don't care how many dicks you suck. You determine what your sexuality is.
Don't believe them, guys.
So if you say you're gay, straight, bi, pans, nobody can't take it but what you put in.
The world's gonna say you're gay.
The world can say what they want. The world's still saying that there's no such thing as bisexuals. That they're just whores or they don't know what they want. It don't matter what the world say. Only you determine what your sexuality is.
That's the trick.
So if Tank said that he sucked 2 dicks and he's still straight, then that's what he is.
You gay. like what's it they say? Oh, boom down. But hey,
that's my favorite episode of Boondocks, Stuck in Love.
Another dope episode, man. We want to thank all our guests. I want to give birthday shout outs real quick because we got a lot of Halloween birthdays. Shout out to my mama.
Yeah.
She going skydiving.
The original JD.
Yeah, the original JD. She going skydiving. Salute to her. Shout out to my brother, Instigator. He done been on the show, man. You know I fucking know. He already know, bro. Big love. It is what it is.
Oh,
shout out to my daughter. Her birthday done passed already, but big love to her.
Shout out to my nephew Giovanni. It's his birthday.
It's his birthday. Shout out to the people birthday that's coming up in this weekend that we're gonna miss before the next podcast. I want to give a shout out to them, man. And once again,
hey, shout out to my little sister Tay. Yes. Her birthday on the 23rd. I love you. That's that crazy Scorpio energy.
We got a big family, so if we miss somebody, happy birthday to you too.
Anybody else who
Black, you know I love you, nigga.
We out here doing the thing. Hey, check us out. Social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you already know what it is, bro. Up to something. Trapper the D motherfucking guy. Bill Bixby, JD, and we out.